There's something so inviting about seeing a big stack of pancakes that have been drenched in maple syrup with loads of fresh berries. So that's what I'm going to be making. And these ones are beautiful because they've got a really rich, nutty flavour to them and they're pretty healthy. These are my oat hotcakes. So really easy measurements to remember. 3/4 of a cup of wholemeal flour. I like to use wholemeal flour for this purely because I like the rich nutty flavour of it. I've got some oats here. Now 3/4 of a cup of oats. These are rolled oats and you can see that they've been flattened. So when you've got the whole oat, it's been steamed and then been flattened with the machine, and by doing that it just makes them easier to cook, so much faster. So in with that, just to make sure we get really light, fluffy pancakes, I need 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, and that's going to give it a nice lift. And always when making pancakes, you need a little bit of salt just to bring out some of the flavour. So a good pinch of salt. So let's give that a mix just to combine all those dry ingredients. And let's get on to the wet ingredients. Again, really easy measurements to follow. And I like to do it in a big jug so it's nice and easy to pour. 1.5 cups of buttermilk. Now, buttermilk pancakes I find are the best because you get a light and tender mixture. And you can get that from all your supermarkets, of course. It also has a little tang to it. Also, 2 whole eggs. So we'll crack those straight into the buttermilk mixture. And for some sweetness, a little bit of honey, about 3 tablespoons, or to your taste. If you want it to be a little bit sweeter, you can add a little bit more. Great. Wet ingredients done. We'll give that a really quick whisk. And while I'm doing this, I need to start heating up my pan. I want it to be at a warm temperature. I don't want it to be too hot because what will happen is we'll overcook the pancakes on the outside and they won't be cooked in the centre. So I've got a crepe pan here on a medium heat, and once that's all whisked nicely, let's make a well in the centre of our dry ingredients, and in it goes. You don't want this mixture to be too wet like we're making crepes. We don't want it to be like pouring cream. We want it to be a little bit thicker. So I'll mix this up and just slowly bringing in all of the mixture so we don't get too many lumps here. This is not the run-of-the-mill kind of pancake. It is going to be a little bit chunky with the speckles of oats in there, so that's fine, but we just don't want little pockets of the wholemeal flour there. Right, that's looking good, so let's start making these pancakes. So a little bit of butter. I like the flavour of butter, so I'm going to use it, but by all means you could use a little bit of coconut oil, a little bit of spray if you like, canola oil, even just olive oil is fine. Don't overdo it. I've got a non-stick pan here, so we don't need too much. We just want to lightly coat the base of it. And the crepe pan is just great because it's just easy to turn, but you can use any standard pan here. Just make sure you've got a lot of space. Now with a ladle, we want about 1/4 cup, and let's start making our pancakes. So you know when to turn them when the bubbles start coming to the surface. So you don't want to touch them too much at this stage, and I can fit about 2 lots of pancakes here. So as soon as I start to see the bubbles, I know it's time to turn these pancakes over, and I'll give them another minute on the other side. Now that's a beautiful stack of pancakes, but we need to dress it now, and you could add some ice cream to it, a little bit of cream. Maple syrup is a must, or some honey, and I also love to add fresh fruit to this. These pancakes, like I did say, are really, really healthy, so I'm going to keep it with that theme, and I've got some fresh strawberries here, cutting them in half. So we'll put a small handful of strawberries. I've also got some fresh blueberries and my favourite raspberries. And I've got a nut spread here. This is a lot of fun and it tastes so good. It's crunchy. This is a mixture of chia seeds, cashew nuts, and it's a great topping for these beautiful, healthy type of pancakes. So a good dollop of that. Beautiful. And then that's going to be the base to almost stick our wonderful berries on top. Be generous with it, a good handful of berries. Blueberries next, and the raspberries. You can tear the raspberries, leave some whole. And just for a little extra sweetness, again, like I said, some honey or some maple syrup on top. Just a nice drizzle. I just love to see it just topple over on the sides there. Oh, yum. This is a big stack of pancakes. So it's not just for one person. This would probably feed at least 2 to 3 people here. These are healthy. And again, you can make a piece of toast in the morning. If you've got this batter made the night before, it takes 15 minutes and that is going to keep you full until lunchtime.